evening and welcome and hello to another edition of the Ohm Service Live with me, Marky Mark from SoulOhm Reviews. You've got Chris from Lethal Coils and you've got the wonderful Steve BFG from Tales from the Ohm. It's Thursday, it is 7 p.m. and what do? It's the Ohm Service. I don't know. No, too much.
What the hell have you been smoking?
No,
too
not
much.
too much.
Too much.
It's the Ohm Service Live.
Good evening, everybody. I'm in a good
I want
mood.
your prescription.
Right? I want what you're on. Jeez. Wish I could be that chipper.
Yeah, I'm in a good mood. It's a good day.
Yeah? Anything special happened to make it a better day than usual?
No, I just went to work and came back home, and yeah, it's been good. I'm enjoying myself.
And now he's looking forward to a happy ending.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. To the day, happy ending to the day.
Yeah.
I just hope people read the post and got their titters out in time for
Ooh,
the show.
titters, yeah, I did like that one. That was kind of cool. Yeah.
Get your spuds out, girls.
Get your girls.
No, we said there would hopefully be a few titters. And then, who was it?
Who's what?
You got me tittering.
No, I was trying to think who somebody replied to it and said, titty ye not.
Titty ye not.
And I went, yes, all titters need to be out by 7 o'clock.
Yes, definitely. So you two all right then?
Marvellous.
Yeah. We are now that we've sorted the technical problem out. That was a bit touch and go.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Oh, that was Rosebud.
Yeah, that wasn't it. We was getting close. So, Chris, are you all right to say hello to chat, or would you like Steve to do it?
Absolutely, I can do that. Hello, wonderful people in chat. Mr. Hodgson is first, of course, and then SoulOhm. Followed by Chaos Pixie, the flavorist. Hey ho, what's going on, my dude? Something is...
Something
Never mind.
Great.
Wet and cold on my hand there for a second. Tiberius Jax, hello. Rachel Unformed Ruby. Vaping Irish. Jackie McGuire. Sheboygan Adult Store 21 Plus. How are you? Andy Harris. Bill Richards. JP Ward. Tolamac. What's up, Alan? Scott MC. Jules Mama Vapes. Big huggles to you.
Huggles!
Huggles to Jules. Mick Beavers, hello. How are you, Mr. Number 8? We've got Shane Foster in the house. Jenny Sin Designs, hey. We've got...
Hold on. You didn't read that, did you? Huggles to Amber as well.
Who?
She has a large titter-friendly
Amber?
friend
I
sat
haven't
next to
gotten
her.
there yet.
She's never watched the show before. So, boys, what do we do to people who haven't watched before?
Huggles!
We've also got Bill Richards. I don't know if I said you already. I was rudely interrupted. No, I'm kidding. Timmy, YTS, what's going on? Who else we got in here? The flavorist, I said you. Ebby Vapes, what's going on?
Ebby.
Rush Morgan. Emma Douglas, hello. Jay Jerry, what's going on? Stuart, Dion78, Rev Debo, how are you all doing? That brings us ID Voca. Almost missed you.
Dude.
Almost missed you, ID Voca. And
Big ones, dude.
That'll do it.
Before we start, Voca, thank you so much. Honestly, mate, really appreciate you sending those coils over for us to try. So looking forward to this. Mick Beavers.
Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. What calls?
There's some coils coming.
Is there?
There's some awesome coils coming.
Ooh.
I didn't send anything to you.
They're lethal. They're lethal. These are awesome.
They're lethal coils. These are a friend of Voca's.
Yeah.
Coils from the UAE, I believe.
All right.
So
what we got?
UAE?
What we got, like? What we got?
I don't know, because I haven't double checked his message. I only caught it quickly before I came on. But
what is the UA?
UEA.
United
Arab
Emirates.
Emirates, UAE.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I know what
But
you mean.
anyway, now I think Devil or Mike might have had their hands on him as well.
All right.
Because I know Devil, AK-82, that's it. He's the coil builder.
AK-82.
I did not see DC Rackley either, or Paul London,
Mobro.
or Chris Holmes. And Mobro.
Mobro's in the house.
Give us a couple of weeks and we will let you know, because by all accounts, these coils are
He says that
mind-blowing.
AK-82 is the coil builder.
Yeah, and I think Dino's already had a
Tried
go
out.
with these, and they were
Oh, I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, Jenny's sending you dirty messages.
no.
Gaily Bops,
Huggles.
how are you?
Oh, bless.
What's she done?
We've had video Huggles back.
Have we?
Don't worry, it's all good. After the show, dear boy, after the show.
Oh, is it? Is it a bit?
Jenny,
No.
be dirty public.
No! It's not.
Irish, behave.
Her very lovely friend just replied, the Huggles. It was very sweet.
Martin Fletcher, I am to a degree. We're not as bad as New Jersey's going to be very, very soon. But here in Mass, we have a full flavor ban, but we are still allowed to sell tobacco and tobacco flavors as well as products and devices. New Jersey, however, will not be able to do that.
Have you actually seen Chris? Have you actually seen and noticed the impact that's happening with that?
It's going to be bad.
No. I mean, have you actually seen because
bill?
No. Have you actually seen what's happening in vape shops in your town or anything like that? Because obviously you can only have tobacco and menthol.
Not in my town. We will, because I don't live that close to Jersey. I live way farther north in Mass. I'm only about 15 minutes away from the New Hampshire border. So right now we're safe, but you know what? Let's save it for news, because I'll bring that up after.
Yeah, no worries. No, all I was asking, all I was meaning was, have you noticed the impact in your local area?
From Jersey?
No, your local area. Where
If
you
you
live.
look at,
No, I know.
If you look
mean
at-
as a result of what's going on in
Massachusetts.
Jersey?
No, the result of what's going off in Massachusetts, not New Jersey.
Okay.
You don't live in New Jersey.
Well, to be honest with you, I can't tell you one way or the other if it's had an impact, because I don't shop in Mass.
Right.
I go up to New Hampshire all the time.
Yeah.
So I don't go to
Mark-
vape shops here in the state of Massachusetts.
if you check out chat, the sensible one in the partnership has answered your question. Drove through Haverhill yesterday and 2 of 3 vape shops are closed. Last one had a big sign out front saying 6 sold at state minimum.
That sucks.
Getting Kenneth Williams
Thank
in
you,
chat.
Roxy.
Never. Kenneth, we don't do. No, we don't. We don't do Kenneth Williams.
Kenneth Williams? No.
Oh, vaping Irish,
No,
behave.
Netta. No, matron.
Irish
Unless
needs to
it-
behave.
Horizontal Huggles. How do you get your hands to move then? If you no, it wouldn't work.
You don't.
Horizontal Huggles.
I do it.
Horizontal Huggles.
No, you've got to be horizontal.
Yeah.
No,
Hip
that.
Hop Juice.
Just
Hip hop juice. What's going on?
Sorry, I've just tickled myself there. That's wrong.
Not on camera. Don't tickle yourself on camera.
Dude, what can I say? It's this rubber arm. You think my arm's here? No.
Horizontal cuddles. Ha, ha.
Not that. Just that.
Yeah, you got to pronounce the A in Haverhill.
You got to pronounce what?
In the town that my wife drove through, where she saw those vape shops, Steve, you said Haverhill, right? It's pronounced Haverhill.
Haverhill.
I'm in Yorkshire, son. Is how it sounds. None of this foreign business. No, it's an sound. All right, Haverhill.
Big love, hip hop juice. Thank you so much, my friend.
And they'll label it machine parts. Always handy.
Absolutely.
That's scary. Oh, what did you know? What? You know how they did the 3 boob woman in Total Recall? They got BFG's head, put a fake nipple on it, and sat in between her real boobs. True story. Thank you, Irish.
He's saying you look like a tit.
That's absolutely fine. He's managed to fool the world. He's got a penis for this long. I mean, come on.
Oh my God.
One of these days, that greengrocer's going to want that bloody spud back. Right.
Right, let's go for it quickly. Chris, what you vaping on?
Sir, I have the, again, Warlock's Hammer in blue with the Apocalypse Gen 2 on top there. In that, I'm running some Charlie's Chalk Dust Mr. Meringue, a lemon meringue pie.
Oh, nice.
Very, very nice. Very nice. We've also got the Squid Industries Double Barrel V3 with the STNG mouth to lung RDA on top there. In that, I'm running some 28 milligram blueberry jam cookie from Sad Boy Teardrops. Not going to focus because this camera's crap. Anyways, that's what I've got going in that. We've also got the Vert and Unicorn in green and black going again with some Blackberry Jam Monster in there. And we've got the Lustro with the Unicorn V2 or the Odium RDA on top there. And in that, I'm actually running some Charlie's Chalk Dust C3D, which is like a vanilla ice cream-ish kind of juice. And finally, we've got the Washed Up Drag Nano pod kit with the Blueberry Jam Salt. That's it. That's what I got going.
And you, Steve?
Well, first of all, can we just welcome the sexiest of skunners, the god of the gutter, the meanest and manliest of men,
Deadly Sinner
in the house.
Sinner!
I think he's already been drinking from that comment. But anyway, thank you for sort of pointing out my collar was hanging out. I do appreciate it. Stuart Byrne. I'm on DaVinci X.
How you getting on with it?
Bang on. The only thing I found is the mesh coil's a bit short on life.
Yeah, because you've only had it about a week, isn't it?
Yeah. Blushes and Sinner, baby, you flex those guns. Right. So I'm on the what is purported to be a 25 to 35 watt coil. It actually tops out at 28. So it's a 0.6, still great flavour, really nice cloud. And in that I have a bit of wheat liquor.
Which one?
Contra.
Oh, Contra. Yeah. Can't beat a bit of Contra.
And in the Viper, with the drop on top, I have a rapidly diminishing hunk of Riot Squad.
Oh, it's the new... it's not new, but it's the Black Label stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the Black Edition Ultra PHT. If you didn't see on Sunday, absolutely gorgeous, really sweet peach, but then you get this astringent black tea behind it. Stops it from being too much. It's absolutely stunning. The is it Acai it's pronounced? ACAI.
Acai.
They're doing acai.
Cal's...
The acai flavour is absolutely stunning. Irish, I have no idea what you are talking about.
Cal's Irons.
What's this butt plug you speak of?
Let's have a look.
And how do you know about it?
It's a bullet. Yeah, but it could be.
I wouldn't know.
It could be used as a butt plug. Dual purpose.
I've never seen butt plugs, so I wouldn't know.
Bullshit.
Well, all you have to do is, when you get some alone time, stick that up your bum. You'll know what a butt plug's like.
Chris, all I'm saying is I never smoke Marlboro, all right? Right, carry on. Mr. Carew, what have you between your lips?
Not much.
That's what she said.
That's right, Shane said. I'm not on much again. I'm on the Drop Dead V2. Review will be out on Monday for that one. Got that on the V. I've got all matchy with that.
Did you just said there's a Drop Dead V2?
Yeah, Drop Dead V2. Not Drop Dead, Dead Rabbit V2.
Okay. That makes more sense. I was going to say, no, they didn't do it again.
Yeah, Dead Rabbit V2.
All right.
Enjoying it. Do like it. As good as the original. On that, I have got my homebrew lemon. Very boring. I've also got me intake dual on the Hex in there. I've got Just Juice lemonade. Ooh, going through that. It's nearly empty. I'm also on my Keen with the Twisted Messers Pro with the Eclipse cap. In there, I have got the Milk Box Chocolate. But I thought I'll just show you a quick little bit of vape mail. I've just today got it. So I've got the PAL 18650 that's just come in. Just thought I'd show you that there.
Ooh.
Which I'm looking forward to trying. I've also got the Kelpie RDA.
Whoa.
I'm really looking forward to it. So yes, I've got them. And I also got some E8 Pod and the Zoom Mix. I'll show you them. There you go. So I thought I would show you that. That's my vape mail today. They just literally came in today. So there you go. That is it. That is all I am vaping on. So I thought, may as well show you the vape mail. May as well.
You just reminded me I've got a package coming in too.
Oh, little bit of news to where I work as well. They've just got the new dot mod.
Squonk?
No, the little one, the SE.
AIO?
Yeah, the AIO SE, the smaller version. They do look nice, and they hold the Nautilus coils as well.
Ooh.
They've got them in black and they've got them in white, and the white one is absolutely gorgeous. I didn't think I'd like white, but the white one is really, really nice.
Gailey, hope you're feeling better soon, darling. Go and get some kit.
Yes, definitely. Big Hubble, sweetheart.
Oh, Jules. Sorry, darling, I missed you.
I didn't.
I hope you're feeling better.
No, you didn't. We all gave her huggles. When
Did
I
you?
went through,
Yeah.
when I went through who was in chat.
Yeah.
We all gave her huggles.
Yeah.
The Alzheimer's is kicking in.
Either that or you just don't listen to me. Damn it.
Hell, Roxy doesn't. Why the hell should I?
Yeah.
What can I say? Chris, dude, how you doing, mate?
All right, Chrissy baby.
Oh, not good to see him, darling.
Oh.
Oh, bless you.
Make yourself as comfy as possible, sweetie.
Yeah.
Definitely. So, Steve,
Oh, Jesus.
news time.
Yes, before Sinner perverts my little mind. Right, 2 studies to talk about this evening. Interesting ones. I'm gonna leave the insulin study till last, because obviously that's something that one of the panel knows quite a bit about. So, Chris, it's Thursday. Hell, we know. Sorry, darling. You know I love you.
Bo is in the house. Bo, big love, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And don't worry. Please don't worry. Whenever you get to it is when you get to it.
Bobo!
Bye-bye.
Dear God, that sounded like I needed a dummy at an all.
La papa. Papa.
Bo.
Right, this one may be of interest to Jules, actually, because it was very interesting to me, because I was diagnosed with the start of COPD. So last week, Johns Hopkins University announced that the use of e-cigarettes increases the chances of being diagnosed with asthma or chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. However, past research indicates that the exact opposite is more likely to be true. Note, more likely. For example, a prior study conducted by researchers from the University of Cantina in Italy showed that smokers suffering from asthma see tremendous progress in the number and severity of asthma attacks when they switch to vaping. Personally, I did. The amount of attacks I've been suffering from has severely dropped. The trouble with these Hopkins studies is that they almost always fail to take into consideration vaping and medical histories as participants, which is something that we raised when we talked about this the other Sunday, wasn't it, Mark?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, because of the damage to the lungs that smokers already have. The JHU team once again failed to ask the participants in the beginning stages if they'd ever smoked combustible tobacco products or they already had any prior histories of asthma attacks. Furthermore, all findings were the result of self-reported data by the participants, meaning that research never verified if the information was true or factual.
Well, true means factual.
Well, it could be an outright lie, but still factually correct. So
that's true. Okay. I see what you mean.
Kassar weighed in, and a Kassar representative lambasted the report as junk science. In a Facebook posting on January the 8th, the vaping advocacy group said vape junk science, cross-sectional data can't show causation. Smoking and asthma were self-reported, very unreliable. Most importantly, authors didn't know if the subjects had asthma before they started vaping. The good news being ignored by the authors and media is that just 0.8 never smokers vaped. So the Italian research considered all the pertinent factors before conducting its research and publishing any findings. This is a peer-reviewed paper entitled Persisting Long-Term Benefits of Smoking Abstinence and Reduction in Asthmatic Smokers. So they began by selecting 18 participants, each of whom had prior histories of asthma and active daily smoking of combustible tobacco. None of them had previously vaped. So the study lasted 2 years, and the participants were encouraged to switch from smoking to vaping, while the research team periodically monitored several biomarkers. Yeah. A lot of this was asthma exacerbation rates, airway responsivity rates, asthma attacks and management rates, and there's about another 5 or 6. All right. So at 6 months intervals, each of the 18 participants were called into the university for medical and scientific evaluations. They were asked to complete an extensive questionnaire relating to their asthma attacks, daily management routines, and overall health. The results were then comparatively analysed and confirmed or negated based on the in-lab evaluations. So they were doing balances and checks all the way through. Yeah. So all 18 participants remained in the study, and the scientists were able to measure and compare results. And what they discovered is that the vaping-only group experienced dramatic improvements in their respiratory health.
Yeah.
Which reflects a lot of what people have been sort of talking about online and chatting about.
Well, I mean, on personal side of things, people that I know that's got CPD, OCTPD,
COPD.
That has noticed a reduction. So like they can breathe a lot better. They're not having to use their asthma, their inhalers as much and things like that. So yeah, I've already experienced that myself with people that I've worked with.
Well, I mean, I can say I'm breathing probably 70-80% better than I ever did when I was smoking. So there is a drawback to the Italian vaping study, and it's the small size of the control group. But this is made very clear by the lead doctor in the paper, And he also states that the team's goal is to continue the research into future studies using larger numbers of participants and additional analytical parameters. I do hope John Hopkins have looked at this paper, because this is how you do research. You know, they have made it very clear what their methods are, the drawbacks of the study, future plans to address this, and it's based on science. Yeah.
I mean, we've got 2 in chat already. I mean, Jenny's mentioned it, and same with Tolmac. Tolmac can walk further, and Jenny's not using her inhaler as much.
This is it. I mean, it's crazy.
I mean, I've got, well, in my past job, I had quite a few drivers that were either had asthma or COPD, and when they started vaping, they noticed a drastic difference in their health once especially after about 3 months or so of actually just pure vaping, roughly around that 3-month period of time. They're not using their inhalers as much. They can walk further. Yeah, it
makes a hell of a difference.
And that's and that's just general what people are saying. That is not scientifically proven or anything. But I mean, if that's real life study, isn't it, more than anything else?
I mean, this is what we need to see more of. High quality, not the crap coming out of the States. Because I'm not being funny. My issue with a lot of these studies that have come out of the States is we are never sure who's footing the bill.
Yeah. Well, this one actually seems very biased. It comes across. I mean, I was reading it today while I were on my dinner, and for me, it came across like they was just interested in the facts. There was no agenda either way for or against vaping. It was just the facts, which I did really like.
I was most impressed when I saw some of the study. So we'll move over to another study that's just come in. This article was actually published yesterday.
Thank you.
And vaping is not linked to insulin resistance, which answers another...
Well, to be honest with you, that's had me worried for quite a long time, to be honest with you, because I'm a diabetic type 2. Now, I wasn't too worried about, obviously, the ingestion side of it, but obviously you're breathing in the vapour, and obviously that goes into your bloodstream. What I was worried about was the actual sugars within the vapour gets into your bloodstream. When you prick your finger and test for your blood sugar levels, would that increase or decrease with vaping? And obviously it doesn't.
Well, this report, the article goes on to start that some earlier studies have suggested that nicotine consumption may lead to insulin resistance. However, a recent study analysing experimental animals and human data has found no such link. So the paper is called Electronic Cigarettes and Insulin Resistance in Animals and Humans, Results of Controlled Animal Study in National Health and Nutritional Examination Survey. And the study used experimental animals and human data obtained from 3,989 participants of the United States National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey. So the researchers assessed the associations between e-cigarettes and conventional cigarette exposure. Exposure and insulin resistance by using the homeostatic model assessment of insulin resistance. That's wrong.
Big words.
Huge words, and then they shorten it down to Homer, IR. That sounds like really dodgy Simpsons porn.
Dope.
But anyway, dope.
I don't understand what homeostatic means.
To do with the blood, dear boy. Mice on the standard chow diet exposed to e-cig vapor and cigarette smoke showed levels comparable with filtered air exposed controls. Similarly, in human participants, no significant association between the consumption of any nicotine containing products and insulin resistance was observed. This is something that will probably need some more experimentation, because from the sounds of it, a lot of the data isn't live data, if you will.
Oh.
It's based on previously collected, but it is pointing in a very hopeful direction. So, excellent.
Okay.
So yes,
sorry.
What's up, Chris? No, carry on.
No. I'm gonna wait till you finish because this has to do with that word.
What, homeostatic?
Yeah. It actually doesn't have to do with the blood, but it has to do with all of the internal physical and chemical conditions maintained by living systems.
There we are. Damn, you're good. Right. Moving on, darlings.
Moving on, darling. Hey, darling. My little sweetie.
Yeah, see, vaping Irish has it right. Homeostatic is maintaining a chemical balance
within the body.
The UK could or should supply free e-cigs to smokers. This was a statement made by two leading UK charities, so the Cancer Research UK and Action on Smoking, or ASH, call for a move in a joint report. As it stands at the minute, just 11% of the UK stop smoking services offer free starter kits, and this needs to increase, according to the charities. I would agree with this. I think this is... I don't know about starter kits. I would definitely think a Caliburn may be in order, especially knowing what
even if they kept it simple to like a Stig, a disposable one.
Well, this is it. I mean, the call comes for cuts to cash strap services because 9% was slashed from their budgets, equating to £8 million loss over the last couple of years. So they don't currently provide the starter packs, but they do provide the patches, etc. Yeah. What you as a consumer pay for the patches in the supermarket is probably much cheaper than what the NHS get charged.
See, the thing is, I know this sounds a little bit... I might come across a bit not very nice, but if they can afford to have a cigarette, they can afford to go to a vape shop.
Absolutely.
Or is that just because it's so like, okay, that you want to quit smoking? Yeah, that's you wanting to quit smoking, which is fair. And if they can help you, guide you into direction towards vaping, that's brilliant. But the thing is, though, it shouldn't be on the NHS to provide e-cigarettes. This is just me. I mean, I might sound being wrong, but I look at it this way. If you can afford 2 packets of cigarettes, you can afford a vape device.
That's a very interesting point that Emma Douglas just threw in. What if Jill jumped in on that? I think Chris was just spotted it as well.
Yeah.
And Stuart agrees with you. If you can spend $100 a week on tobacco, sure, you can buy a pod kit. Now, what is to be considered, though, and I fully see where you're coming from, but look at it in this way, yeah? Wasn't it said that vaping is up to 50% more likely to help people stop smoking?
Oh, it's quite high, yeah.
Yeah, so if you're reducing the amount of kits needed to be bought by the NHS by 50%, you are still saving money. Now, that's if all the percentages balance out. However, there's a very strong argument.
See, the only worry that I've got when you start saying about having vaping products linked to the NHS is that we'll go down the route of trying to turn a vape device into a medical device. Yeah. Once you start going down that route, you can kiss goodbye to a lot of things. You really can. And believe it or not, I think by putting a vaping product on the NHS is a backdoor way of getting that pushed forward as a medical device.
Evening, Andy.
Andy.
I'm glad you brought this because I was going to basically go along the same line by the end of the article anyway. It's very interesting, though, some of the figures they come out with. So in a quarter of local authorities, GPs did not prescribe any nicotine replacement therapy. And smokers should be offered a choice of combination NRT or Vaseline alongside behavioural support. In a fifth of the local authorities with specialist stop smoking advisors, the advisors receive fewer than 2 days training, which I found quite startling. 1 in 10 local authorities that offered a stop smoking service through primary care were the least likely to be targeting groups with a high smoking prevalence. And then 2% of local authorities offer only telephone stop smoking support. So it's a real postcode lottery when it comes to quitting smoking support. If you're doing it through the NHS, I think that's where vaping always wins out, because with the community and the local aspect, the social aspect, I think, helps a lot more.
Yeah. I think we help a lot more.
No, I don't. I hate people.
Well, yeah, I know that, but you know what I mean? We help more because you can't help but be in the street and someone asks you about it, you want to help them. And it's the word of mouth. I mean, that is the beauty about vaping and the vaping community. It's all through word of mouth. It's not through, let's be right, it's not through a government telling you to start vaping. It's not through NHS telling you to start vaping. Vaping has grown up over this last 10 years through word of mouth.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you, was it last week or the week before? I had my annual physical examination with my primary care physician. She did a full examination. I got a 100% clean bill of health, lungs, heart, all the way around. And she asked me if I was smoking still. I said, absolutely not. 3 years not smoking, but I've been vaping the entire time. She goes, keep doing it. Whatever you're doing, it's working. And you know, you're healthy, so keep doing it.
That was interesting what Noel's just put. With regards to people being able to buy a vape kit, they can also afford other stop smoking products but don't buy them. Give a free or reduced vape item may be an incentive for them to start vaping. Totally true, yeah. So you've got it's a fine balance, isn't it?
Yeah, and I still think if they did that, you would see a reduction in the cost of stop smoking services. Because the nicotine replacement therapies, the patches, the gum, etc. My local GP only does patches. They do medication as well, but I mean, there's so many people wary of the medication these days, it's ridiculous. But yeah. The only thing that concerns me about all of this is the lack of take-up by some GPs and medical professionals in the UK. We've got the top. We've got the people who try vaping in the public seem to be aware. But that middle part, which is the nurses and some of the GPs,
they're not.
They're just not having it.
No. And then obviously then you've got not just that, you've got the personal, they just don't like vaping or smoking full stop.
Yeah, which I honestly think is wrong.
Totally.
If you are a GP or a health provider, you shouldn't be basing the choice of treatment on personal opinion.
Yeah.
Professional opinion, different thing.
It would be nice if they all sang from the same hymn sheet, but they don't. But you can say that about any NHS trust. Not all NH trusts all sing from the same hymn sheet.
Well, this is it.
And they should do. It's one NHS.
Unfortunately, mate, when they went to the primary trusts, this is me being very cynical now. But the primary trusts were the first steps in actually breaking the NHS up into separate chunks. So, and you'll see where I'm going with this analogy, yeah? If you've got a tree and you cut that tree down, yeah, you have to sell that tree for a couple of £1,000, yeah? Cut that tree into logs. How much quicker do you think you're going to sell that tree?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? See where I'm coming from?
Oh, yeah.
So it raised a few eyebrows when this primary trust and etc. came in, and I think we're seeing the outcome of it.
I've got to ask Chris, what in America? I mean, I know it's totally different here in the UK. In America, what kind of stop smoking sensation centres do you have, or do you have them at all anyway in your area?
Centers? No. No, we don't have centers for that.
Do you do you have, so like, you know how you have Alcohol Anonymous type places? Do you have?
No, not as far as I know.
Nothing for smoking at all?
Sorry, mate, I'm just stinky hands are us.
What?
I ain't got a clue.
No, the Alcoholics Anonymous, the AA, you know. What the hell are you going to call I'm quitting smoking group? You know, stinky hands are...
I didn't know if they were, because obviously we're talking about that, and obviously Chris being across the pond, everything is slightly different.
Yeah.
So for people wanting to quit smoking in stateside, so they can't go to a health official and ask for advice or anything like that. Can you go to
you can go to your primary care physician, tell them you want to get off smoking, and they'll write you a prescription for like Chantix or something. But aside from that, they'll just give you advice on, there's gums out there, there's this out there, but they don't generally promote vaping. So,
see, this is what I love about the US though. I've recently sort of seen a few US TV channels, and where we get the sort of Gaviscon adverts and all the rest of it, and it's like, if symptoms persist for 14 days, go and see your doctor. On the American channels, it's like, Gaviscon, please be aware, may cause hair loss, deafness, balls to fall off. It's absolutely awesome. Make sure you ask a medical professional before taking this. I'm thinking,
right, Pixie's got it. You can go to your
medication.
Yeah, she's got it right. You can go to your doctor or any health professional, but we don't have devoted clinics to quit smoking.
Right, and look, let me guess. If you went to your doc and he said, "Here, try some Champix or whatever," he's going to hand you the bill along with it.
Depends.
Whatever he suggests, you're going to end up paying for.
Yeah, how much you pay for it's going to depend on the health insurance you have. Like me, I have public health insurance, so I have my prescription cost is way lower than if I was paying out of pocket for them. I think I pay like $4 for a prescription. So. For me, it's a little different. There's a lot of people that are on public health care. We call it mass health here in the state. And pretty much everything is taken care of for me. But,
I thought that was interesting, because obviously we've got, all right, yeah, they are so like restricted to a budget and they are small and some of them are actually closing, but we do have a dedicated stop smoking centres here in the UK.
Okay.
Even though they may be more inclined to be NRT products rather than vaping, but they are still help centres.
And it opens it up to those that can't afford to buy the over the counter, because there are. It's always been a thing that smoking seems to be a thing and done by lower income as well. Yeah.
That's interesting, Emma. New vapors are reluctant to pay out a lot of money up front in case it don't work for them. So end up on the cheap crap that won't work for them. See, the thing is, though, that's quite interesting you say that, but compared to how prices used to be on vape products, only 2 years
Dirt
ago,
cheap now.
they are dirt cheap now. I mean, you can pick up a little pod, a pod that's a disposable pod, and I think they're only a couple of quid.
And
they are good.
What, 20 quid?
Yeah.
2 associations that I've found that exist within the United States that have
Big
clinics.
D.
Big D Vapes, what's going on, man? We've got quit.com, which is exactly what it is, but they've got clinics with meetings and stuff. And then the American Lung Association also has, yeah, I know. But they also have a what they call a freedom from smoking clinic.
Yeah, that'd be freedom from vaping too if it's involving those buggers. But
I know it would.
Yeah, they turn you into a cult. Yeah, you end
no,
up...
you spelled that wrong, son.
But getting back to what Emma was saying, I could appreciate that sentence sort of like 2 years ago, or even nearly 3 years ago, but not now. Because you look at the devices that are coming out on the market now, and there's not many bad ones. To be fair, I mean including pod systems in here, compared to what we had 3 years ago, when you see E4s and an Ego pen, compared to the quality of vape that you can get now, yeah.
Never used a CE4.
I think I spent about 80 quid on my first setup. That was my starter. But you know,
I pronounce my N's funny.
Yes, they sound like L's.
L's, do they? NRT, N.
No. Cult. Your N's sound like L's.
Do. See how innocent I am.
Yes, you are, you little dog.
Yeah.
Sheboygan Adult Store.
Yeah. I said hello to him
What's
earlier.
his name?
That's a buddy of mine. Hello.
See, Falls. Like you say, when you look at it now, a lot of the holdover is what it was back then, even though the prices are much cheaper. Is because people compare the cost of one pack of 6 to the setup. Instead of looking at what you pay monthly.
Right. Don't think about the device. That's a one-time cost. But think about the juice. The juice is what's going to be which is more expensive.
This is what I sat down with a guy who was talking to me at work about wanting to start vaping. And we went through on how many he smoked, what it would cost a month, what it would cost a year. Yeah? And then we went through on 30 mil of Nick salts a week. Yeah? Cost of the device and how much he would spend in a year. And it shocked him, the difference. And the difference wasn't just into the hundreds of pounds. We were, over £1,000 difference.
And Irish, yeah, I totally agree with you there as well. Yeah. The thing is, though, people will spend. They'll go for the cheapest thing.
Yep.
You can still buy CE5s as well.
Oh God.
I never had a CE4.
No, you don't want one either.
I came into the game after that was a thing.
Anything to do with silica wicks, you don't want that.
I think I spent $60 on my very first setup, which was the Smock Stick V8 kit with the big Baby Beast tank on top. But
now, moving away slightly from this, and it's one last one. I just want to sneak this in quickly because I'm well aware Vic's got a live starting at 8:30 tonight. So
has it?
Don't want to cut into that. The CDC. The last people I expected have produced a report that shows that flavours aren't even number 2 in the reason why 75% of US kids don't even take into reasons why they vape. 75% of US kids didn't even take flavors into consideration. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So the largest was 38% of those spoken to.
PUBG.
Sorry, 50% of those that use e-cigs and 38.4% of those who use e-cigs and other tobacco products stated the reason they started was they were curious. Friend or family member used them was around 25%. Available in flavours such as mint, candy, fruit or chocolate, only 23% of kids stated that was why they vaped. Now, for that to come from the CDC, I find shocking.
Yeah, I do.
I'd like to know the size of the control group.
The control group, it is fairly large because the estimated numbers, you're into the multiple thousands.
Okay. All right. That's what I was looking for. Was it a small study or was it a large study? And that tells me it was a large study.
It's a big study.
See, the problem is, though, you've got states, though, they listen to the CDC when it's in their favour, but when the CDC brings out information that's not in their favour, they ignore it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is what's concerning me.
Because let's face it, CDC has come out and officially said all the deaths, all of them, was related to the THC cartridges.
And we're still hearing.
Yeah. And now you're coming out with that, which also has come out with the CDC. Are they going to include that?
He said, Bill Richards says it was about 6,500 in the study.
Right. My answer to this, my question for this is why?
Mm-hmm.
Why are they releasing this data now other than to try and... Because Trump's done turn around on the flavour ban, is this a damage limitation attempt?
Don't know.
It's too late.
I think it's gone too far. It's gone way too far. We've said this before. They went into this with an agenda. And as with the most Australian woods at the minute, somebody lit a spark, and unfortunately the flames are now threatening half the city.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's not good. And finally, a local UK politician claims vaping is the same as jumping into a tank and man-eating piranhas.
Yeah.
Really?
Is that the same one that came out and said that it was like skydiving?
No, it's a different one. This is this is Councillor James Foreman from South Tyneside, which I find unusual because Geordies normally have more sense. What he's saying is the jury's still out. It's like having two pools. Smoking's the one filled with sharks and vaping's the one filled with man-eating piranhas. You haven't got a choice with the sharks, so you take the piranhas, but they're both wrong because there's a chance of dying. Mr. Foreman, I would strongly suggest you check your facts before you start spouting crap like that to the public.
It's just because he doesn't like it. It's top and bottom of it. He just doesn't like it.
Yeah, we are Irish
That's
indeed.
not true, Irish. Piranhas will eat people.
Yeah, only normally if they're actually wounded and thrashing.
Right. It's like sharks. The scent of blood is what draws them.
But what the piranha will normally do is just take one chunk. Then the blood causes the frenzy. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
But I'd be more worried about that little worm that swims up your stream.
Yeah.
Hey, that's kind of gross and just...
Piranhas is
can't
cuddly.
stand thinking about that.
Piranhas is cuddly. Yeah, compared to the willy worm, piranhas is lovely.
Yeah.
I don't want no willy worm.
My uncle actually used to keep red belly piranhas as pets.
I thought he was going to say he keeps you willy.
No.
I was going to show you a teddy and say, come on then, where did he touch you?
Can we not just say it's like driving? You need to know your equipment and safety before you use it. Otherwise, something could happen. That could be said about a lot of things. Not just driving.
Oh, Roxy, slap him. He needs to calm down.
DE actually has brought up a very good question. Okay, guys, vaping saved you from smoking. Do you ever plan to stop vaping, or do you see yourself vaping on forever?
Vaping on forever, me.
Yeah?
To be honest, DE, I never. The only reason I stopped smoking was the health aspect. Yeah, I'm seeing the gains, but still able to vape. So yeah, I'm going to carry on vaping.
And me, I didn't plan on stopping smoking. I had
Yeah, she
no
said diving, not
intentions.
driving. Yeah. Me, personally, it's a thought. I won't even lie. I've had that thought for a little while now, a few weeks. I think I want to whittle down to at least 0 milligram Nick, and at that point, I don't know. I could potentially quit vaping for good. That doesn't mean that my stuff here is going to stop. It's just going to change up a little bit.
See, for me personally, all I've done is change brands.
Yeah.
Because the only reason why I even got into vaping wasn't for the health aspect or anything like that. Because I'm sorry, I enjoyed a cigarette. I really did. I enjoyed my cigarettes. The only reason that I tried a vape in the first place was because of the restrictions that were caused by not being able to smoke indoors. I've told the story many a time. I ended up at a hotel, and by the time I'd come down, I had a cigarette. By the time I'd come back up to my room, I was ready for another cigarette. So that's why I got 10 motives, and I enjoyed the 10 motives. And then I'm one of these people that once I get into something, I really need to know about it. So I researched, and then I got into more different types of e-cigarettes, and that's how I became. Then all of a sudden, the next thing I know, after about 4 months in 2011, on the 25th of August, that was my last cigarette. Well, 24th, the 24th was my last cigarette. I just changed my brand.
For me, it's like, I see it very much the same way. I just changed brands. But the way I see it is that I was a slave to smoking cigarettes for 22 years. I couldn't go anywhere without keeping them in my pocket somewhere, anywhere. I feel like I've traded that form of slavery for a new form of slavery where I'm married to my mod and a bottle of juice wherever I go. And, I kind of, part of me doesn't want that anymore.
I enjoy it too much.
I do enjoy it, don't get me wrong. And that's why I'm thinking if I drop down to 0 milligram, I'll keep on, but I'm not sure until I get to that point.
No, I think I'll be vaping until, coughing time. As in, coughing, not coughing.
Yeah. Yep. But that's where I'm sitting on it. Like, I'm not sure yet, but it's an
Chris,
idea that I've been...
Before we go any further, you've got news.
Well, yeah, too. I know we haven't talked much about Jersey yet. New Jersey, in case you don't know, guys, they're very, very, very close. They're on the edge. They're waiting for the governor to sign off on it, but it looks like there's going to be a full flavor ban and a temporary sales ban. No, not temporary sales ban. There's going to be a full vape ban in New Jersey. All flavored liquids, all vapor products in general will be ceased from sale.
They've got 90 days, haven't they?
Yep. Once the governor signs, they'll have 90 days to clear off their shelves and shut down their shops.
Now, the legal situation in New York may have a lot of standing with this.
What do you
They
mean?
were blocked. Well, it was found in court that the New York vape ban was illegal. Yeah. And that seemed to have a lot more thought behind it than the New Jersey one. Because the New Jersey one, through proposal after proposal after proposal of vaping, when the one proposal that banned everything, in effect, did for what the other 11 were proposing. So, and the
See,
New
what
York
I
one
couldn't
wasn't as
what
far-
I couldn't understand as well on the New Jersey one was the menthol side of it.
Yeah,
Because
they're
one
keeping
minute
menthol cigarettes.
they're keeping menthol cigarettes, but you can't have menthol vape.
Yep. Yep.
What's the difference?
One kills you.
Yeah. One makes more money.
Yeah.
Now, am I just being twisted, or was only the ban that was put through by Governor? Yes, executive order was deemed illegal. True, but when you looked at Michigan had one turned over, yeah, New York's had one turned over.
Yes, but you got to remember that they went through the process very, 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 very wrong.
So
wrong.
has this gone through
The proper channels?
Yeah, but there has to be a public. Does it not have to be a public comment on it? I thought that was the problem with New York.
No,
There hadn't been any chance for the public to make their
as far
views.
as I know, Jersey did not have a hearing period. They did not have a commenting period. As far as I know.
I thought that was the problem. That was one of the major problems that New York got hit with.
No, the major problem was that it was an executive order that didn't go through proper channels. That was the biggest problem. Massachusetts had the same issue, which is why they were going after Governor Baker.
Now, is New Jersey's, and you'll know more about this than I do, New Jersey's, are they going along the line of protect the children?
I think the entire United States is going the way of protect the children.
Because that's the CDC data that I've just talked about. That undermines that whole argument.
Yeah, but they're not going to pay attention to that because it doesn't speak money.
But when you're going through court, it's evidence.
It is evidence. You're absolutely right. They could bring that up. They could use that as evidence. But whether they're actually going to listen is very, very unlikely. It does not speak money at all to them. So it's just not, I don't know. It sucks.
Yes, I've just seen that. I've been banned and blocked from chat.
Like I said, Bill, I wasn't aware. I wasn't sure if they did or not, but apparently New Jersey did have hearings. And as far as I know, Bill, the governor has not signed off on it just yet, but they're waiting on that. They're waiting on his signature, and once the signature goes through, then they'll have 90 days. Okay, so Irby and AJ were at them. So where's the Turks? Yeah, I don't want to get into that one. But the other piece of news that I have more directly affects me. I know I live in Massachusetts, and I know the ban that's here in Massachusetts, but it has not affected me at this point because I never buy from the state of Massachusetts anyways. I always go up to New Hampshire. However, that's going to be put to a halt very, very quickly. New Hampshire actually has two bills being pushed through. One full flavor ban, one temporary ban on sales. So nothing will be available for sale out of the state of New Hampshire, which is going to screw me and a lot of other people here in the state of Massachusetts that did go to New Hampshire to buy their products, as well as the entire state of New Hampshire that's going to be screwed on that too.
Sorry, I'm being in the background.
Me too.
So we were just sorting Jenny out. For some reason, Jenny... She couldn't,
on camera? I say,
chat.
I missed that one. I was busy looking at the screen. Yes.
We've got you sorted. I don't know why you for some reason Jenny got blocked.
I'd love to know why.
Yeah, well I just put her as a spanner, and obviously she's able to talk now.
Oh no, don't make it able to tighten knots. No.
Mush the snowman. What's going on, dude?
I'm waiting for a plethora of comments now from Irish. Mush. How you doing?
Nick Beavers, hashtag so what? Jeez, you remember that? Do you remember that when the New York governor said so what?
Yeah, so what?
Jenny,
So,
my lovely, just remember, with power comes great responsibility.
so vaping got people off smoking. So what?
So what?
Fucking hell.
And Puffin Billy has just said, afternoon, Chris.
Afternoon, Billy.
There we are. The MSA is different from a state ban on something at the moment. There's no link between the two. Interesting.
Yes, there is. Yes, there is, because there are only 46 states that are bound by the MSA. So yes, it does have a link. Massachusetts is one of them.
New Jersey also has a lot of bills coming up, does it not? The bonds are due.
I don't know.
Well, all of them have got the bonds coming up, haven't they?
Yeah,
New Jersey,
yeah, I mean,
New York.
And that's the reason that it's connected, is because of the loss of sales of cigarettes. That's the connection.
And there's your reason for keeping menthol cigarettes,
Right.
but banning menthol vaping.
Right. And all of the states, or almost all of the states that have been bound by the MSA, are also at risk of defaulting on all of their loans, which is why they want to get rid of vaping, because they want the cigarette sales to go back up so that they can make their MSA money and they can pay off their loans.
As Vic pointed out, though, when he did his excellent video on the whole MSA, if they do or are forced to default on the bonds to the various states, it will undermine the whole United States banking practice, effectively sending the economy into a power dive that it ain't going to survive. So there's no way Trump is going to allow that.
No, I don't think so either. But scary times. It really is scary times.
Really, really is.
And I know Jay Hayes won't be watching this lot, but
Big love to him.
big love to you, kiddo. It really is. Anybody that's actually watching from New Jersey, big love.
Yeah, that's the first time I've ever seen Jay speechless on a video. He was. I couldn't work out whether he was just emotional or just so apoplectic with rage. But
I think it was a combination of both, to be honest with you.
Andy says that, Chris, there's a link to the MSA, but if a state takes it on themselves to ban vaping, you're giving zero alternative on smoking, and that has nothing to do with what the MSA agreement was when signed. It may not be in paper. You're absolutely right. It's not on the MSA agreement paper itself anywhere, but it is a direct link. And you're right that you're giving zero alternatives on smoking, and that's wrong. That's just wrong. But there's nothing saying in the MSA that you can't, do this.
So let me just get this right then. So if New Jersey basically wants their way, so they want to get rid of vaping completely, the whole lot, full shebang, including mods, everything.
Yeah.
Lovely place not to go. So you work out how many vape shops are there. You work out how many people are going to lose their jobs, how much taxes they're actually going to lose.
The sad part is that when everything happened in Massachusetts, this was the worst that we've ever seen it. And now, with New Jersey and New Hampshire doing what they're doing, it actually it's not as bad. It doesn't paint a picture of Mass being as bad as it should be, or as it was, which I think is a scary thing. I think that's very dangerous, because we're going to see more and more states follow that suit. And I just worry about when Mass is going to go through with, if or when they go through with a full ban on vaping altogether.
Because I'm not 100% sure on how the system works in America, could Donald Trump stop what's happening in New Jersey?
Don't think so. Because it's a state thing, not a federal thing.
But could they federally intervene?
I don't think so. I'm not sure on that, but I don't think so.
So like ringing the White House and telling them about it, saying, look, step in.
I think the most that calling into the White House does is for federal bills.
Yeah.
I don't really think it has any effect on state bills at all, to be honest with you. I don't think he can do anything, to be honest with you, as far as state legislation goes. That's pretty much left up to the governors.
So basically, Trump's not really in charge of his own country then?
Well, he's not really.
When you start
The
breaking
states
it
are
down, I mean, each
When you
state's
break it
like your
down,
own
the-
country, isn't it? I mean, basically, it's
Right.
each state is its own country. And you've
Pretty
got
much.
the head...
The states, when you break it down, the states are left to regulate and legislate themselves as long as it falls within the guidelines of federal law.
Because they can... From what I'm understanding, the Trump administration can put a law in place, and a state can go up to that, but not above it. Is that right?
Exactly. That's the way it's supposed to be, but that's not the way it always works. And I've brought this up before, the issue of, legalization of marijuana, for example.
Yeah.
Federally, still 100% illegal. Marijuana is illegal federally. However, states have slowly began legalizing for both medicinal and recreational purposes the use of marijuana. So how is it that we have more lenient laws regarding the legislation and regulation of marijuana, yet the federal law is that it is 100% illegal? So it's the way it should work is that the federal law sets the precedence for the state to follow by those guidelines and not to go less strict than, but can go more strict on legislation on that topic. So that's the way it should work. But in this instance, this is not the way it works.
It's like us. Can you imagine it if all our counties had their own little law as well? Can you imagine Yorkshire law?
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
Now, Puffin Billy asked a question about a couple of inches back in chat, actually. Is anybody aware of the vaping laws in Fuerteventura? Because I can't find anything saying it's banned. Billy's asking if it is. There does appear to be at least 3 active vape shops within Fuerteventura.
Can I ask a question, sir?
Yeah.
Where's
Ventura.
Yeah.
Fuerteventura. Good question. It's in Europe. I think it's probably one of the islands.
I have never ever heard of that place before. Sorry of my ignorance.
Yes. Certain counties can have their own local laws as well. That's right. Towns, counties, cities, they can put through ordinances.
There we are. Fuerteventura, second largest of Spain's Canary Islands.
All right.
So if part of Spain, it should be the TPD, shouldn't it?
Yeah, it will be. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's three what appear to be very highly recommended vape shops, Billy. So you should be fine, mate.
Bill Richards, that is a very good point. The states realize just how much money they can make from cannabis. Now, and that's the exact reason why I do feel that the way of vaping is going to go the way of the fight for legalization of marijuana. I think eventually they're going to realize that, oops, we fucked up. We can make a lot of money off of this through taxation. And I think that once they realize that, they're going to start bringing it around again.
Yeah.
Stuart's just raised a good point. My house is on the Norfolk, Lincolnshire and Cambridgeshire border. Hope they don't have different laws or I'm stuffed.
Yeah, I would be the same. I think you would be with the same, wouldn't you?
I'm more just tucked inside North Nottinghamshire than South Yorkshire. So
See, I'm literally on border.
Oh,
I'm on the border of North Notts and South Yorkshire.
All I can say is, Stuart, I'd have a stick-on finger just in case, mate.
Yeah.
And Andy Summerfield says, Chris, so what has happened with weed? Is that the U.S. government change the goalpost when it suits their funding? Yes, in this case, it is the state governments that are changing their goalposts, not federal government, but yeah. And actually, the federal government is starting to change their goalposts because as last I knew, a couple of weeks ago, there was a bill being pushed through federal government to legalize marijuana.
It's going to come, because if you look at the hysteria that surrounds vaping now, that's what cannabis faced back in the 60s. All those wonderful anti-cannabis films, the ones that show two tokes on a doobie and you become this rampant sex machine that just dived in and out of cars with the young gentleman.
Well, up until you got to the young gentleman, I was going to say, how do you know my history?
Yeah.
But then you went to the guys, and I'm like, no, that's not me.
Well, there are rumours, Chris.
And Stuart, yes, we do speak funny up here.
Apparently in chat, they're going all over it.
It's crazy though, because it's so like you've got a lawmaker, you've got Trump in charge of your country, but it really isn't.
No, he's just a face.
Yeah, he's just literally.
He's just a face. He's just a what is it? A public resource guy. He's just a PR head for the U.S. government. He's fed the lines to speak. He says them.
You forgot the ick bit.
The ick bit?
Yes, he's a PR head. You forgot the ick.
Yeah, prick. He's a prickhead. Yep.
Oh, bless. Let's face it, it's no wonder why America's like
so
it is.
topsy-turvy.
Yeah.
Tomac, how on earth did you get called a Northerner? I appreciate it was an American lady that did it, but Northerner?
A Northerner, and you live in Essex? Nah, lad. Nah, lad.
Hey, our Bill's just put it into... We're already seeing that type of advertising in the States. Reefer Madness all over again. Yep. Reefer Madness was actually a pretty damn good film. It's a good giggle to watch.
No, fucking Reefer Madness. What a propaganda film. Holy cow.
Dude, have you not been watching the same Senate meetings we have?
There it is.
See, the thing is, I mean, it's so upsetting, though, because you see these people pour their hearts out.
Yep.
And tell them how they stop on why, and that they're just not interested. And you can see that they're just not interested.
The lady in New Jersey who was the shop owner.
The old.
She actually
lady.
touched. Yeah, she touched me.
Did
Wow.
you? Wow! Wow!
No.
Wow! Really?
I became quite emotional when watching her speech, dear boy.
Yeah, it was. You could see that she was so nervous. She was so passionate about it.
You just couldn't help but feel for the poor lady. And then she's surrounded by muppets like that.
Oh, Pixie. I totally just realized you guys all have a slight variation of the same goatee.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
I don't think my dribble marks are quite as...
Well,
Chris.
I'm just going white.
Show us on the doll.
Right there, lads. Right there.
Get the titty out.
Get the titty out.
Jen, I need a stand-in.
Don't want to see my titties.
Yeah, Mick
That's why
Beaver,
I
yeah.
asked Jen.
It's only her life, so what? Yeah.
Unbelievable. Exactly, I'm not as great. Thank you.
I am. I'm just going white. I had my hair cut. Hang on.
I don't want to hear
Look. White. Look at that. White. That.
Hold on, you still got hair to cut.
Yeah, I have. I'm proud of that bit. I have got plenty of hair to cut, but it's just going white. Honestly, it's weird. But I've got a good thing, though. My pubes haven't gone white yet. I'm doing well.
You do realise that means your curtains and cuffs don't match?
Exactly.
No, Jenny, quiet down. We're not talking about Booby Island right now.
I heard my name. do you mean heard your name? You're a spanner girl. You should be hanging on every word.
Yeah.
Steve's hair did more than a moonwalk. It did
What the heck's
midnight shuffle.
a five head?
What the hell is a
What is a five head, Irish?
The mind boggles.
Mine does more than boggle.
I'm gonna have to Google foo that just to see if it's Irish slang for something.
Yeah.
More than a forehead.
More than a forehead.
Five head. Five head
Right.
instead of a forehead.
Mark's only got an ickle head.
I've only got a little head. Yeah.
I got a huge Swede.
I ain't got a big forehead. Would you say? Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty big old forehead. Yeah, look. Yeah.
Nah. Mine's
And
bigger.
it gets bigger the more that hairline recedes.
Yeah. I got pretty. Ooh.
It's
Cover up.
rapidly
I'm covering
doing
up. I don't care what. Covering up.
It's rapidly doing a Phil
Embarrass me now.
Collins, which is upsetting me now.
Oh,
Bill
my
Richards had to
goodness.
dye my bathroom for Expo. Well, okay.
Yeah, to get rid of his grey.
If I remember rightly, didn't TVP do his in May? I'm sure he dyed his hair. I'm sure he dyed his hair in May. Mark, forgive me.
Don't be casting aspersions.
I've been tempted. I don't know whether to dye it. See, if I dyed it brown or whatever colour mousy browny hair that I've got, it'll look daft. But I thought if I dye it, near enough white, it's just sort of like everyone will get used to it.
That new do is a bit peaky blinder there, Mr. SoulOhm.
Right, well, we're getting very close to the 25 past mark. Are we going to wind up?
What are you in a rush? No.
Jenny, I'll end up with knowing you. I'll end up with purple.
Like the wifey.
The wifey.
Like Chaos Pixie there.
Yeah, I've
Thank
had
you, Stuart. But seriously, Phil Collins.
Indeed, Tiberius Jax. I'm looking forward to going grey after watching The Witcher myself. Hey,
Yeah.
Chris Storm, a.k.a. Tuna. Welcome.
Oh, Chris, just to let you know, I've started watching The Witcher.
Oh, good show.
Loving it. Loving it.
Boobies!
Well, there's not much boobies. It's not like Game of Thrones boobies.
No, that's very nice boobies.
Oh, there's some very, very nice movies.
And have you got to the pie eating contest yet?
No, not yet.
You will.
See, you've seen it.
What episode's that?
4 or 5. It's where he first meets the sorceress.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that bit.
I thought 4.
Yeah, where she's got all the people in the court having
Yeah,
a little orgy.
The two geezers stood up and they're having a pie eating contest.
Yes, they are.
thought
Yes,
that was-
they are. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought that was like episode 3. Because I think 4 was the one where he was fighting the Striga.
Quite possibly, yeah.
I think I'm on
Me?
to episode 5 now.
Irish, I'd do a pink goatee. I wouldn't give a monkeys quite happily.
Yeah. I've had a purple one. When I used to have my beard down here, and I used to have sort of like the proper Duck Dynasty beard, a friend of mine got married, and for a dare, I got asked, would you do it purple for the wedding? And I said, yeah. So I did. I had purple.
Little
it was-
orgy.
It was a little orgy.
Yeah, it was only a little orgy.
A select few friends just munching away on each other's
Oh, and
Did
they
you
were
see-
seriously
did you
munching.
Did you catch when it all ended and the freaking witch just kind of
Clicked her
Boop.
fingers.
and everybody was like, "Oh my god, oh my god!"
Yeah. Oh, what
I'm
did
naked.
she came out with a word that was so like nowadays, though.
Yeah. It was a safe word.
Yeah. And it was a word that I forget what it was now, but it was sort of like a modern
Kumquat.
day.
Kumquat.
No. It was something really ragamuffin.
Yeah, that's what it was. Ragamuffin.
Ragamuffin.
Ragamuffin styling.
I thought, yeah. I've just the episode I'm up to is with the dragon.
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, I thought that was good.
Excellent episode.
Yeah,
Excellent.
Don't kill
Really-
dragons.
really good twist at the end.
Oh yeah. I didn't see that one coming.
No, I didn't. No, obviously I
Wait till
don't
you
want
get
to
the end. You're
spoil
gonna be
it.
waiting. You're gonna be waiting for season 2 to come out.
Yeah. So
I
yeah.
already am, man. Oh,
Don't give him any spoilers.
I'm
'cause he's
not.
still
I'm not.
got
I'm
a
just
couple of
saying.
Well, it's only
One-
goes to episode 8, doesn't it? So I think I've only got about 2 more to go.
Yeah. I won't give any spoilers. I'm just saying you're gonna be waiting. You're gonna want season 2 to come out.
Yeah. When I watched the first 2 episodes, though, it was so like this, and it was thanks to Steve. It was a bit hard to follow because I didn't realise the time, because it's flipping backwards and forwards in time. And for a person that's so like, I've not played the game or anything like that, so for me to understand that, it was a little bit hard the first 2 episodes, but once you got into it, you understood the time
Yeah.
flipping.
And the TV show. All right. So in relation to the first game, the intro scene to the game is actually the scene that they did with the Striga, the fight scene
Yeah.
with the Striga. So after that intro scene, the game picks up several years after that had happened, after the Striga fight. So everything that happens in the show actually happened before the first game.
Right. Interesting. Right, well, we are coming up to that time, and I'm sure that we can talk about more about The Witcher on Sunday.
Oh yes, we can.
I won't be there. I won't be there to talk about it.
If you want to
You'll
get
be in
up
chat,
early,
darling.
if you want to get
I'll
up
be in
early,
chat.
you'll be able to
Oh,
talk.
forget chat. Just
Call in.
call in.
Yes,
I'll
call
call
in.
You shall be a guest.
Yeah.
Ooh, I can't wait.
If you want to call in,
behave.
kiddo, yeah, come in.
I can't wait. I will do that.
And we'll talk about The Witcher.
And
Which
I'll
I'm
be
thoroughly
binging The
enjoying.
Witcher because I love it so much.
And munchies.
So,
Yeah, lots of
Chris,
munchies.
Yes.
I'm going to ask it anyway. What's happening with Lethal Coils? Are we still having a hiatus break? Or are we...
From most other things, yeah. Last night was a fluke. Wasn't available to do my show, so I'm going to try and do one later on tonight. But yeah, we'll still be doing. I'm going to be getting into the Twitch streaming a little bit more. I've been kind of involved in some video games lately, so I figure I should probably, if I'm already going to be involved with them, I might as well share them with everybody and do my streams. So we'll be doing that, and then we'll be back again next Wednesday. But as far as coils are concerned, I'm not taking custom orders. I'm actually building a bunch of coils. I'll post them on Facebook, and if anybody's interested in the coils I have available, PM me, email me, do something, and we'll make those available. But I think the Lethal Coils name is going to stick.
Good.
I think that's going to stay. So
Yeah, I think, me personally, you shouldn't change it.
no, it's vape related. It doesn't have to necessarily be, my business name.
No.
It can be just me, Lethal Coils. That's how everybody's always known me. So keep it the same.
Yeah. Steve, what's happening with you, kiddo?
Well, from the sounds of it, we're going to be chatting about The Witcher. So we've had the Manda Hooligan, and that was a superb chat. I must say, Sunday's chat was outstanding. Thank you so much, Vic, for joining us on that.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, it'll be more of the same. A little bit of vape, a little bit of TV, a little bit of sci-fi. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, I can't wait for Sunday. I'm really looking forward to it. Me, I'm going to do a couple of more juice reviews this week, hopefully. Things are still up in the air with my reviewing schedule at the present moment because I've got my new job. I'm settling into my new job, and it's so like, once upon a time I used to have sort of like long weekends. Now I don't, so I'm having a day off in the week, and I'm having a Sunday off. So it's just trying to reorganise my life. So I'm still putting up reviews. I'm going to just make life a little bit easier this rest of this week and do another juice review. Monday, I will be definitely doing the Dead Rabbit V2, and then it might be a juice review after that one. So, yes, things are still happening. Still things are going. Oh, and also, I got my Easy Click shield up. I was well chuffed.
It looks awesome.
It does, yeah. I'm well proud of that.
We will be getting it on the site as soon as possible.
And that's it.
So, Chris,
Yow.
you can do your thing.
You can do
Are
your
you
thing.
going to say your peace outs first?
Well, I'm always last anyway, so.
Okay.
Say
Well, then I'll go ahead and do it. Guys in chat, thank you so very, very much. Without you, we would have no show. Thank you much to all of our spanners, Chaos Pixie, Bill Richards, Jenny Sin Designs, and Chris Doyle. If I've missed anybody, I apologize, but thank you guys for doing stellar jobs in chat. Absolutely love you guys. That's what I've got for my goodbyes. I hope you all tune in later on to the show and to my Twitch streams. And thank you, Steve and Mark, for such a great show. Guys, please do remember that you are the masters of your own destinies. You're the only ones in this world that can pick and choose how positive or negative your days will ever be. So remember to keep that positivity high, keep the smile on your face, and let that negative brush off your shoulders. I love you all. Thank you so very much for this time. And off to you, Steve.
Thank you, darling. That was most dripalicious. Fabulous.
Well, if I made you drip, there's a problem.
No, that's just my age, mate. It happens anyway. Right.
Oh, shit.
Thanks to everybody in chat. Really, really appreciate you turning up tonight. It's been such a giggle. Spanners, you've been brilliant. Chaos, I love your little, just Roxy's little messages.
I
They're
love
fantastic.
it. It's awesome.
Thank you so much for joining us. We hope to see you again on Thursday. If you're interested and you want a bit more sci-fi talk or just general TV and movie, join us on Sunday, Tales from the Ohm, 2 o'clock on same bat time, same bat channel. So we're on the SoulOhm channel.
Yep.
Until 4. Join us for a couple of hours of chill. No drama, no fuss, just giggles.
Yeah, definitely. Right, I'm going to say a big thank you to Steve.
Thank you.
A big thank you to Chris. You two make my Thursdays. I cannot say any more than that. I think you two guys are amazing. People in chat, thank you. You do make this show. You really do genuinely make this show. Spanners, thank you so much. Roxy, thank you for all your support and all your hard work that you've been doing in chat. It is absolutely awesome. Like both the guys said, if you can catch us next week on the Ohm Service, that'll be awesome. If you want to catch us on Sunday for Tales of the Ohm, that's at 2 p.m, where we just generally chew the fat and chill and relax. It'll be awesome. One final thing. If you could give it a thumbs up, I would really, really appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed to Lethal or myself, please go over and give us a subscribe. It all does genuinely do help. So with that, I'm going to say ta-ra from Lethal, ta-ra from Steve, and ta-ra from me. And we'll see you all later. Bye!
Bye.
Bye.
Toodles.
Toodles! Toodle peeps!
Hashtag piss flaps.
Oh, I say.
I have spoken.
It's not the words I'm worried about, son. Where's those hands?
Oh, dear God.
Oh, yeah, that's a big stat. Oh.